Velkommen til Filmz TV. I denne uge vender Liam Neeson tilbage i biografen som den hårdtslående og hårdt prøvede bodyguard/familiefar Bryan Mills. Det var i den overraskende succesfulde actionfilm Taken fra 2008, at Neeson først spillede rollen og samtidig cementerede sin status som en vaskeægte actionstjerne. I filmen blev Mills datter kidnappet af skumle menneskesmuglere i Paris, hvilket gav Neeson mulighed for at levere en af sin karrieres mest mindeværdige monologer.
I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I've acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. Where are they? If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't, I will look for you. Where is she? I will find you. And I will kill you.
Taken blev en kolossal succes på verdensplan, så en fortsættelse var uundgåelig, og i denne uge har Taken 2 omsider biografpremiere. Denne gang bliver Mills selv kidnappet, men som altid er den sammenbidte mand ikke let at koste rundt med. Vores anmelder, Andreas Holkø Petersen, var yderst begejstret for filmen og belønnede den med 5 stjerner i sin anmeldelse, som du kan læse på Filmz. Neeson gæstede København for nogle uger siden for at promovere Taken 2, og Filmz TV var et af de få heldige medier, som fik lov til at møde den høje galante irer, samt Taken 2's franske instruktør, Olivier Megaton.
Come on, kid, move!
It's funny as a Frenchman, and it's the first one is done by a French director with a French writer and French producer, and it's just basically the worst movie ever for French tourism ever made.
Yeah, sure.
I mean
sure, yeah, sure. And this is funny, but they made a movie in Paris like this because Paris was more sexy all over the world, because the people they like movies in Paris, and because it was more interesting for production to produce this movie here and so on. After when I made Taken 2 in Istanbul, it was because nobody showed Istanbul in any movie for a long, long time. So we really need to have another location, another actor, you know. And the tone is organic. The tone is very cinematographic. You put the camera in everywhere, and there are thousands of mosques and so on, old stones. You know, there are thousands of people. We really want to have this energy, and we found this energy in Istanbul. You know, it was brand new, and you look for a town like this. Otherwise, it's very cold, and it's just a location like being in studio. And we try to, or in the set. So we try to each time to find something much more organic, much more graphical. To it's an actor. You know, a location is an actor in a movie.
Mm. What did you want to do differently with the sequel compared to the first one? How did you want to give it your own?
I tried just to make a movie, you know. I'm really different than Pierre. Pierre is a DOP before being a director, and I like the emotionals, you know, tension of in movies. I like the actors. I like the drama. I like most of this. So the action is just it's the mechanical things that makes, you know, it's like a machine making, you know, the audience getting higher and higher, and it's not very easy, but it's very logical to do. Handling actors, it's another story. It's more human. It's really a B2B reaction and situation. So you have to, you know, that's what I like the most. You know, therefore we try to put some more emotion in this one, much more, to build more the characters. Just to make the movie more emotional, because we need in this movie to have more emotion, because otherwise it should have been only a copy of the first one.
Listen to me carefully, Kim. They have taken my mother and me.
Oh my God.
Kim, this is not a game.
Tell me what to do, I can do it.
Take the case. Take the map. You'll see a scale on the top in kilometers. Do you see it?
Yeah, I see it.
Draw a circle with a hotel in the center of it. Draw another circle with a market in the center. Now take one of those little cans, the ones with the pins on the top. I want you to go to the balcony with a grenade. Pull the pin out of it, count to 3 so I can hear it. Then toss it as far as you can. Keep the phone on so I could hear the explosion.
1, 2, 3.
One, two, three, four. I want you to take one of the guns and two of the grenades. Get up to the rooftop. Wait for my call. Olivier, Kim.
You've done a lot of interviews previously about the first take where you said that you never expected the movie to be such a huge hit as it did. Why do you think it hit such a nerve?
Well, you tell me. I mean, I think it's a good, pacey thriller, and I think it came out at a time when the world financial crisis was in turmoil, and our elected leaders, bankers, politicians were all shafting us, it seemed. And when people are in distress in life, they want entertainment. And the ones that went to see Taken, I mean, they see a hero who doesn't call the police when he's in trouble or call figures of authority when he's in trouble, because they're not to be trusted anymore. So he does things his way, you know. And I think that touched a nerve in people.
But did you have any trepidations about doing a sequel? Because the series has a certain framework, of course, where you need to have a kidnapping, you need to have that whole scenario. Did you feel that you could, beforehand, that you could do that once again?
I wasn't convinced, to be honest. But then Luke and Robert, his co-writing partner, came up with this scenario for Taken 2, and I thought, yeah, maybe this can work, you know. And to shoot in Istanbul too was very exotic.
It seemed that the part was also much more physical in this one. I love that final boxing match you sort of had, and I know you were an amateur boxing champion so back in the day, so I guess that was that was
came in handy. It sure did.
Yeah.
I certainly like doing my own fighting, you know, and it gets exhausting and tiring, but it's cathartic. It's a really good feeling to do all that physical stuff, you know. I don't do the big stunts, you know, but the fighting I do myself.
You're often referred to now as action star Liam Neeson in press notes and interviews, and does it feel weird, or are you comfortable with that role?
It feels a wee bit weird. Yeah, it does, to be honest. I mean, I've done 56 films, and 3 of them maybe have been action films, you know. There's 53 other ones that are kind of straight drama, you know.
But people are often forgetting, of course, you did a lot of physical stuff back in the day with Darkman, with Crawl, with Excalibur.
Oh, that's true.
Movies, so
Yeah, that's true.
Does it feel a bit like coming back home in a way in that respect?
It does in a way, yeah. I mean, this Taken 2, there was a very particular style of fighting that Alain Figles, who was our stunt coordinator, and who plays Suko in the film, my nemesis, he had devised this style of fighting that he had introduced in the first Bourne Identity film, and it was tough. I'm a big guy, so and this form of fighting was very, very small and intense, you know. It took a lot of rehearsal, you know, to try and get it right, you know.
Can you see a third movie coming out? Do you think it can last forever?
I don't. I just can't think of a scenario that would work, you know. I mean, how many times can you get taken, you know?
Back in March, you couldn't talk about The Dark Knight Rises at all because it was totally hush-hush, but...
Because I still haven't seen it. I haven't a clue what it's about.
Okay, yeah, but it's a nice little cameo. It's very nice. But I'd love to hear, how was it, you know, being back on set with Nolan and Bale?
It was good. It was, I mean, they required me for a limited amount of time, you know, and Chris reminded me. I said, "We did this when?" I said, 5 years ago. He said, "No, 7 years ago," and that was last year, so it was 8 years ago since we did the first Batman, you know. Just the time goes by so fast, you know. But it was lovely being the the small amount of time I was on set, it was pretty cool, you know. I look forward to seeing the film. I hear it's really good.
But like you say, time goes fast. Now it's almost 20 years ago that Schindler's List came out. And of course, it's one of my favorite movies. I guess it is with a lot of people. And also, I'd just like to delve into your relationship with Spielberg, because of course, now Lincoln is coming out. And I think I speak for a lot of Liam Neeson fans when I say I would have loved to see your interpretation of the man. You did do a lot of research, right? And why won't it come to fruition with you?
It was, you know, I passed my sell-by date with Lincoln. You know, I was studying the man for 5 years, 6 years, and there just came a point where it was like, nah, I'm over this, you know. But Stephen shot it with my pal Daniel Day-Lewis, and I'm sure it's going to be extraordinary. I think it comes out in December. I can't wait to see it.
Husk, at du kan finde alle vores tidligere Filmz TV-udsendelser på Filmz under Filmz TV-fanebladet, og også på videovideo.dk, i iTunes og via vores gratis video-app.
You know, sometimes these projects, they're
Someone to call to say that you've been taken.